How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Boruto anime. We're going to be covering episode 197 in today's review. And this episode adapts chapter 30 of the Boruto manga, with Kawaki and Boruto sparring in this episode, and Delta making her surprise attack on Konoha. So how was the episode overall? Well, before I get onto that, if you like this type of content, you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It would be pretty cool if you did that. Anyways, let's get on to the review, shall we? Now, the episode begins with Kawaki beginning to repair the broken vase that he broke a couple episodes ago. And it's not exactly going to be easy, as this vase has been shattered to pieces, and Kawaki is struggling to put this thing back together. And Himawari is actually spying on Kawaki, wondering what he's doing and why he's actually trying to repair the broken vase. Also, Boruto is eavesdropping on their conversation, but it's not only Boruto that's eavesdropping, we have Kashin Koji that's actually spying from afar on Kawaki. He's using his frog summon, and his frog summon seemingly is like a camera for Kashin Koji. He's able to spy on Kawaki using this. And Koji actually mentions that, yeah, he can't exactly easily go in and just take Kawaki because Naruto's there, and most likely Naruto would take Kashin Koji down. So he's not going to do that, but Koji mentions he wasn't going to do that anyways, because he's there to gather intel. The next scene in the episode is actually an anime original scene between Amado and Code, in which Amado is still looking for the traitor within Kara. Code, on the other hand, wants to see Jigen, but Jigen's currently recuperating. Amado is kind of getting a little tired of looking for this traitor, and he actually wonders if Jigen maybe has given up on the vessel. Code, on the other hand, is like, yeah, I don't think that's the case, because Jigen mentioned that he can find the vessel whenever he wants, which annoys Amado. But anyways, Code actually wants to go and actually see Jigen, but Amado's like, well, since he's recuperating, how about you go check up on Boro? And he eventually gets permission to go check up on Boro, so more on Boro soon? Meanwhile, we have Delta, who's actually getting pretty angry because Koji left her behind. So she actually takes matters into her own hands. She actually has a drone in her bag, which she uses to send in to Konoha to go spy on Kawaki and find his location. Now, back to the Uzumaki household, Boruto actually approaches Kawaki and they have a brief conversation, which Boruto actually wants to learn more about karma. And after some talk, Kawaki actually agrees to teach Boruto everything he knows about karma. And Naruto was also eavesdropping on the conversation, so I guess everybody in this house can just eavesdrop on everybody's conversations. Anyways, they all go out for some training. So we move on to training, in which Boruto and Kawaki are training via their karma. So they have a brief little sparring match here, in which it ends with Boruto actually trying to hit Kawaki with a Rasengan. But anyways, Kawaki moves on to the next step and is like, okay, how about we try this? I'm going to blast you with, that chakra blast that I used to basically take out Garo a couple episodes ago. Yeah, I'm going to blast you with it. You blocked it before and absorbed the attack, so you should be able to do it again. So let's try this. And Boruto's like, hey, wait a second. That was in the moment. I don't know how to do it, actually. So Kawaki ends up blasting Boruto and actually injures him, so Boruto wasn't able to absorb the blast, which was a pretty funny moment in the episode. Now, the next scene is probably my favorite scene from the entire episode. So Boruto and Kawaki, after their sparring match, go to do the unison sign. And as soon as they do that, their karmas immediately both react, causing pain for both of them. And Boruto gets a vision of Momoshiki staring at him, seemingly, which surprises him. He wonders why Momoshiki appeared out of nowhere. This surprises Koji as well, and Kawaki doesn't know what's going on. Boruto asks Kawaki if he saw anything, which he didn't. Koji also notices that while this is going on, Boruto's hand, which got injured from Kawaki's blast just a few minutes ago, just completely healed itself. So it wasn't something that, Boruto did on purpose. It was his body basically automatically healing his injury. So this could be one of Boruto's abilities thanks to his karma. Now, I just want to mention really quickly here, I was a little disappointed here because the anime actually omitted a line that Koji had from the manga, in which he actually mentions that if Jigen has the same ability, that could be a problem. I'm not really sure why the anime did this. I don't know if it's hiding a certain thing that's coming up later in the story. Not really sure. But, I don't know. I was kind of a little bothered by the fact that the anime omitted this line from the manga. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Delta's drone has actually spotted Kawaki, And that's when Delta leaps into action, and she literally rockets herself through the village. Even knowing the fact that, yeah, she's going to be detected, she doesn't care. She's going to go find Kawaki no matter what. But it's funny, she literally shoots off like a rocket in the village. She basically blasts off with her feet, which is kind of crazy, but yeah. Anyways, Ino's in her shop, and she immediately detects this and contacts the police. They also detect what's going on. They realize there's one person that invaded the village. And Ino contacts Naruto, and Naruto tells her that I'll take care of it. Don't let the police get involved. We don't want to cause panic, so I'll handle it. And Naruto tells Boruto to take Himawari to safety, and that he'll handle the threat. But before they could do anything, Delta completely just shows up and arrives on the scene and freaks Kawaki out, and mentioning that, oh, judging by your face, you remember the punishment I used to give you, Kawaki. And that's pretty much where the episode comes to an end, setting up the Naruto versus Delta battle in next week's episode. So overall, there's not really a whole lot to mention for this episode review, if I'm being completely honest. It was a fine episode, a pretty good adaptation of Chapter 30. The scene with Code and Amado was pretty cool. It is setting up something for Boro. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, I would pay attention to Boro in the near future. But anywho, it was a fine adaptation of Chapter 30. I just didn't care for that one line of Koji's being omitted. The anime has done a pretty good job for the most part adapting the Kawaki arc so far. There's just been a few omissions that the anime has made that I haven't been a big fan of. And hopefully the anime sticks pretty close to the manga when it comes to certain events in the future. I do expect the anime to expand a lot of the fights coming up. Like, I'm expecting Naruto and Delta to be expanded, and then certain other fights to be expanded as well. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some pretty crazy fights coming up. So, yeah, not really much else to say for this episode review. Not really too much I disliked in the episode. It's kind of, a fair episode. I'd say it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10 episode. And I'm looking forward to next week's episode, and then episode 199, which is the episode to look out for, because Perot is animating that one solely, so that one's probably going to be a pretty big episode and one of the best Boruto episodes to date, kind of like with 189 and episode 65. So look forward to the Naruto versus Delta battle in the next 2 episodes. So guys, that's all I got for this episode review. So again, 7 or 8 out of 10 episode. What do you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll talk to you guys later.